Roxy. Good. So, heel. Roxy's heel journey is continuing very, very positively. So we worked on yesterday in a very, very low distractional environment. Her learning about the pressure on the lead. Okay. If the lead is tight, she's not in the right position. If the lead is loose, she is in the right position, and we're going to reward her just for doing that. Heel. So we were keeping the arm close to our body to not give her line to take, because if previously we were giving her too much line and she was taking it. Okay, so moving on from that technique, we slightly change how we hold the lead. Okay, still holding it loose, still not really holding it, to be honest, but the hand that is closest to the dog, doesn't matter if it's left or right, still has a part to play. And that part to play is if she starts to get a bit pulley, which she's not actually at the moment, because you can see she's walking very, very nicely beside me, but on the way back, just to demonstrate, I'm just going to slow down just to kind of, now she's pulley. Pap. Good. That was enough for her to look at me and then take a step back. So the left hand, or the hand that is closest to the dog, still has a part to play in reminding the dog it's potentially going to go wrong. So we can very, very quickly, and again there, good, we can very, very quickly remind the dog, no, mate, do not go there, stay where you are, just with a little pop, like so. Okay, still loose, we're not wrapping it around our hands, we're not, tugging on the dog, it's just there if needed to give a little check, to communicate with her that she may be going wrong. And it's a very, very good, effective way of using the lead as the best tool for this job, really. We're using the lead, the girl using this lead to communicate with her in a physical way to show her she's either doing right or she's doing wrong. Now, there are a number of different ways to check a dog. And when I say check a dog, it's literally just a pop, and you see what happens there. Good. All right. And I'm not yanking it, I'm not tugging it, I'm not pulling it. I'm just using it as a physical aid to go, oi, Roxy, you're pushing forward, mate, and I don't want you to do that. Okay. Show you again. Pop. That's what I want. I want that look, and for her to naturally slow down and step back into the right position. But if you notice, what I'm doing is I'm checking up, okay? And that's how effective it is. Good Kel, all right? We are not checking back, all right, because that is going to manifest frustration, it's going to manifest annoyance in the dog, okay? And likewise, we're not checking to the side, okay, for exactly the same reason. There are situations where we do check a dog pulling back in the protection world and in the protection environment, but this is most certainly not one of those. Heel. So, although we're checking to remind her, okay, we're pulling up, all right? Now, if you've done this correctly, pulling up will be a better option and a more easier option than pulling back. If you've allowed her to get too far ahead, then you're left with no other choice than to pull back. And then you're in a vicious circle. Just walk past these people here. And then you're in a vicious circle where, good girl, you've got no alternative because the dog has been allowed to get too far in front of you, heel. So your only, call it an escape, or your only resort to fall back on is to pull the dog back. And that potentially is making things worse. So Roxy, heel. Good. She's now coming around nicely. She's understanding what heel actually means. Good. And no longer is she pulling. So a little bit there about how we slightly change heel, pop. Good. How we slightly change the grip of the lead and how we use the lead as a tool once the dog has learnt the right position. We slightly change how we hold it, we slightly change how we use it, and we slightly change what we actually heal, what we actually use it for. Roxy, Roxy, sit. Good. There's a dog coming there. Roxy, good. Just managing a potential reaction here just by using her name. Okay, that dog's coming. Now, that dog is getting closer and closer to me. So if I just give her that, look what happens. We lose power. She goes straight back to being fixated. Roxy, good, sit. So I'm not going to give it to her. I'm going to hold it and hold it and hold it until that dog goes. All the time that I'm holding it, I'm keeping her focus. Roxy, I'm keeping her focus, I'm keeping her engagement, and she's not even thinking about that dog that's just walked behind me. Roxy, good. Good. So heel. Next stage in heel work with Roxy, and how we still use the lead obviously, but how we use the lead slightly differently. Heel, where we're only reminding, we're not putting a lesson in because she knows it already. Bit pulley, pap, that's the look. Did you see her stop and step back? And now she's in the right position.